to the fourth and final layout video of April's layout madness. What the heck is this? This is a 3x2? You guys have to deal with this? Oh my gosh. You better at the markets that are doing this to you. A 3x2? You can barely stand in this thing. You're not on a table here? Woo! I am for sale. That is what we're bringing to this market. Okay, considering you're gonna want to stand, we're gonna keep this stool in the video, and I have a feeling it's gonna be a really short video this time. So we'll take some time at the end to answer all of those customer questions you guys had about how to lay things out. What you wanted a lot of information from me, so I'm gonna give you as much as I got. This has been a really fun series. I've really enjoyed it. I can't wait to follow it up. Oh, I wanted to throw an ad in here. Vertical Ed is doing our 30 tips in 30 days in June this year, right in the middle of market season. I know you guys are gonna appreciate that. We're not gonna push it till August. We're gonna smack it in June, beginning of your market season. So we're pre-recording a bunch of really, really cool tips. So be sure to check us out on Instagram. I'm gonna compile them all and throw them on a YouTube video. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll just do shorts here. So anyway. Here that we just wanted to stop and point out is one of the questions that you guys were polling us about is we don't have anywhere for storage. Now, I know the pedestals are on the pricier side, but I'm really convinced, and they're pricier, guys, because it's full solid pieces of wood. It's like a whole sheet of material. It's a lot, right? And competitively priced too. The other pedestals on the market that are made from this material don't actually have the open back or the wheel attachment option, which we drilled for, you will get, but we'll link all the wheels for that later on. So you can wheel these around if you wanted to. But these shelves are adjustable, so you can kind of change them depending on what you want to put. You could use them to do some lifestyle selling, or you could turn them around and just use them for storage. Now, in this case, you wouldn't have access to this back unless this bigger unit was kind of out of the way. But again, this is a really small booth, so you're gonna wanna make the most of your vertical height as much as possible. Here, we've really done that. We even have a tiered stand that fits on the bistro table. Most of our tiered stuff will fit on the bistro table, but definitely check the measurements first. Right here we have the stadium and the round collection small. Now this one has a bunch of shelves on it, and you can turn it around and do pegs. We're actually getting rid of the pegs. I only think we have a few in stock that will have the pegs left. Other than that, you're gonna get this. This is why we're showing this side. But you have a shelf that goes full length here, and then some shelves here. You can also use a shelf on the back, which is cool. You've got that reverse functionality for it, of course. You have a lot of storage space up front, and then you also have the storage space in the back, right? Because this pedestal has that open in the back, so you can do all of your packaging, personal stuff. Again, this is kind of what it looks like if you've got the maker. You kind of be here hanging out with your stuff. It's kind of all in your face. So I'd probably suggest just standing and leaning on your stool. But this is really doable for people that have a lot of stuff and you have a small booth. So let us know what you think about this one. What do you think about this one in the comments? I'm curious to see what you're gonna say. Let's keep moving on. You're not out of luck if you are stuck with a 3x2 booth. Let me tell you, it's tough. It is a drive-by booth. No one's coming in the booth, right? There's barely room for you, as I stated at the beginning of the video. But what we found is you're not fitting a table in here. The ledge has you covered. That's what I was getting at. Just because you have a small booth doesn't mean you can't have a big impact. I think I was kind of getting a little bit discouraged at the 3x2 booth, but we came up with a few options. The cart doesn't fit in a 3x2 booth. It's just 6 inches too wide. So if you've got a little bit of wiggle room, you could get away with it. The A-frame fits, it's like 1 inch too big for 3 feet. But you could I feel like you could get away with that on the market, depending on who's on what side, right? We took off the 2 shelves, showed like how you could put different stands inside. Really cool. I really think the A-frame is the most versatile one. If you're looking at being a market goer that goes to like the 10 by 10 to the 5 by 5 down to the 3 by 2, like if you really don't want to be limited by your table, the A-frame is really the way to go. I'm really happy with that one. We weren't sure how it was gonna hold up, but that's definitely like our favorite so far. That also being said, the pedestals have done really good in these smaller spaces, mainly because you don't have a lot of storage space for your checkout stuff, your personal belongings, and backstock inventory. So like, right, like let me just turn this right around. You can see it's got a lot of space in here. You can put a lot of stuff in here, granted not a lot, but more than if you didn't have a table, because it's 3 by 2 booths and you can't really have a table at a 3 by 2 booth. It serves as a really great area. This could be your checkout area. You can also put stuff behind. So this is the bistro table in the stadium, and we kind of like this because it feels open, not too cluttered, not too crazy. You could put a vinyl decal on the front of this with your buzzwords, which I'm really excited to see somebody do that. If you do that, tag us. I want to see it. I want to see it happen. Like clean, minimal. Okay, that's a vertical edge, but you get what I mean. You can put the stool back here. You can sit. It's comfortable. I don't feel too crowded right here. Do I have too many tips? I don't have a lot of tips. It's really just you gotta keep it clean. You gotta keep it simple. You have to find a way to get storage in here without a table, which can prove to be difficult. Again, the A-frame works. The rack was just too wide, right? Like, where are you gonna sit? You're gonna come out between the clothes? Like, it's not gonna work. It's not working. The Duo, the DCL, only 1 panel worked. The 2 of them was just too wide. I think it's because it's at 40 inches and the booth is 36 inches, so you're maxed out there. The round collection large RCL, that one could work in here. It's gonna feel a little bit tight, it's gonna feel a little bit awkward. It's gonna kind of cover you, so you just gotta keep that in mind. Other than that, let's start answering your questions that you had at the beginning of the month. We took a polling Tuesday. So before most Wellness Wednesdays or before a big series like this, we will poll our audience on Instagram. They will give us so many questions. And I'm gonna pull those questions up. I'm gonna write some of the best ones down. We're gonna answer them, we're gonna hash it out, figure out how we can best serve you. Let us know.